Hello and welcome, dear friends. Welcome back to my channel, Pages and Pearls. Happy New Year. It's already the end of January, but I haven't been back here. But now I want to show you everything that I knit in 2023 and that I still have, because I knit a lot of gift knits at the end of the year that I cannot show you here, but these are all my garments. It's a little bit of a different video because I didn't feel like going through everything bit by bit, so I'm just trying things on, and you will find information about the sweaters on the screen and also in the info box. And yeah, the first thing that I knit was actually my very first sweater, and this is the Sunpi sweater that comes from a kit of We Are Knitters. It is knit in Merry wool, that is merino wool. It's a worsted weight yarn. I very much enjoyed it. It's a bit of a weird construction. It's kind of like a bottom up, and you have to do some seaming for the raglan sleeves. The yarn sadly didn't hold up super well because it pills quite a lot, but I still pretty much like this one. I love the fit of it. It is a bit cropped, but it works super well with high-waisted jeans, and I'm pretty proud of it, of being my first sweater and all. And yeah, I still wear it quite a bit. Now here you see my very first and so far only slipover, which is a bit too tight in the neckline. But yeah, it's the Marshmallow Vest by Spectacle Strick, and I knit it in this super nice blown yarn that is the Barocco Mochi, in this really pretty plum and yellow combination. And I just really like this vest, and I like the yarn, and I need to make more slipovers. I think they combine super well with all sorts of long sleeves, and yeah, in fact I'm actually knitting a slipover now because I like this so much. Then next I knit a cardigan, and this is the Traveler's Cardigan by Ozetta. This was the very first time that I used unspun yarn, which is the Manchelopes by Wool Dreamers. It's a bit fiddly to work with because you have to be very careful because it rips easily, but actually it was very pleasant to knit, and I love the finished piece. When I blocked it at first, it shed a little bit, but that has stopped now, and yeah, I combined it with these very, very pretty shiny gold buttons that I think gives this more rustic piece a tiny bit of an elevated feel. And I'm very much in love with this. I like how roomy it is, and it is very lightweight because of the yarn, but still very, very warm. So I definitely want to knit with unspun yarn again because it allows you this lightweight but warm combination. And yeah, it kind of forces you to slow down a bit because it is so easily ripped. Then the next thing that I knit was this very scrappy hat. So before I started knitting more sweaters, I actually knit a lot of cowls in these like We Are Knitters and Wool and the Gang chunky wools, and I had quite some leftovers, so I decided to use up a bunch of those and make kind of like a self-drafted, very chunky bobble hat, which I only wear when it's very cold because it is a very warm hat. And the next one is this fourth hat. This is a top-down hat, actually my first top-down hat. I knit one of those before for a friend, but this is one for myself. And this used Malabrigo's yarn, and I think it is a tiny bit too tight. If it's cold and my ears are out, I don't love it so much, but it folds together pretty small, so I can always put it in the pocket of my coat, and I know that I always have a warm hat with me. And then I got started on socks. So these are the vanilla socks by the Crazy Sock Lady that I knit in a combination of a hand-dyed yarn and some commercial sock yarn. You can see that there's already a bit of pilling and some dust on them because I've been using them so much. And then these were my second pair of socks that used the same hand-dyed yarn, but then with different contrasts, and I think I used a 3x1 rib for that instead of just stockinette. And this one is a really, really nice yarn. I love this hand-dyed yarn because A, it's very pretty, but also the fiber is contains some Corriedale, I think, so it is pretty hard wearing. And I wear these socks in my boots in winter quite a lot, and they're just very thin but warm, and it always makes me super happy to wear my own hand knitted socks. Then we turned into spring, and I knit this. I think this is still to date one of my favorite pieces. This is the Cumulus blouse by Petite Knit, and I knit this together with True Lane, Chelsea over on True Lane Knits. And this has this super subtle v-neck. I've never been a v-neck person, but this Cumulus blouse has actually converted me. I wear it all the time, either with yeah, something stripy underneath, a turtleneck, or just on its own. And I feel like it kind of elevates every outfit, but it's also super comfy, and just, I think I need to make another one because it is, yeah, one of my most worn pieces in my wardrobe. I love this I-cord color and I-cord edging in general, and yeah, just would very much recommend making this cumulus blouse. Next up, I wanted to get rid of some yarn scraps, so I made this neckerchief. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, and basically you can use any yarn weight I think that you have, and also any quantity, because you knit in a way that you can almost bind off at any time. And yeah, this is the knitting badge neckerchief. Unfortunately for me, it landed in the wash, so I think it shrunk a bit, but I might just have to reblock it and stretch it out, and then it will have the right length again, so I can comfortably tie it around my neck. I very much like this. This was very much fun to knit because it has some dropped stitches, I don't know if you call it like that, or like very large knit stitches. And it's such a fun small project. It used about 30 grams of yarn, I think. So would very much recommend, and I still just need to make more tiny scarves. Now we move into summer, and the first thing that I knit in summer is the lotus petal top, which is by Iris Hordage. I knitted in this extremely pretty pixie dust fingering yarn by Olivia and Oliver Fibers, and it has this lace edge that I find combines perfectly with this whimsical yarn color combination. I didn't get to wear it so much because the humid New York summers didn't combine well with merino, but I hope that this spring and summer I can wear it a little bit more. The yarn has held up so nice so far, especially because it's only merino yarn. I didn't hold it with anything else, and I can't wait to wear this some more. Now here, this is my second top that I knit this summer. That's the Galax Tank, and it has these really pretty like petal drops almost in the front. It's a bit cropped but works super well with all of my summer shorts, and this is the Pure Silk by Knitting for Olive. I find that it seems a bit flimsy in some places after washing and wearing it for a while, and like wearing bag straps over it and so on. But I think it's still holding up quite well. Maybe I just need to get a different wool wash for it. But overall I got pretty obsessed with these kind of lace tops this summer, and I think both of the ones that I made were pretty nice because they had a mix of stockinette and a bit of lace, and I'm really looking forward to more lace knitting this summer. I think it's one of my favorite things to do because unlike cables, you don't need cable needles, you don't need to color manage, you don't need to weave in a lot of ends, and it's just pretty. Here is another top that I'm extremely obsessed with. This is the Tonight top by Lily Kate France. I knit this in black, which makes it extremely hard to show off, but very easy to combine with outfits. It's this kind of mock neck tank. It has a very nice edge under the arms that I think I'm going to show you a bit awkwardly in a moment. And it has like a 2x2 rib finishings. Very elegant, slightly tricky, but super rewarding finishing around the armholes as well. And the top itself, so I knitted in this silk merino yarn from Cascade Yarns. It does fuzz a little bit, so I think especially with the black you see it because the fuzz is a little bit lighter, but overall I love this very much, and I don't know, you can just dress up any outfit with it. I need to make another one in a different color, I think, but obviously time is limited. Here's my last summer top. This is the Uptown Tee by Tori Yu. I knit this in this silk, wool, I don't know, viscose blend from Noro. And I love this lace sleeve detail. Again, lace, you can see. And yeah, it's, I think, I only finished it at the very end of summer, so I didn't get to wear it so much, but I think it's very nice to wear in spring as well. I'm very much looking forward to get it out of my kind of storage box of knits and put it on with some cute skirts or shorts in spring. And I love the color variation of it. The yarn so far held up, but again, I didn't get to wear it that much. I think Tori Yu is also designing a full sweater with this pattern, with this kind of lace lattice detail on the sleeves, and yeah, getting a bit tempted to make that one as well because it is a lot of fun to knit. And then now we moved into a time period where I moved, so I didn't get a lot of knitting done in that time. I'm here changing. I think I'm looking for the sweater. So there we go. Actually, no, that's my cardigan. I still finished that when I was in New York. This is the cottage cardigan by Jacqueline Cieslak that I knit in this. The color is called butterscotch yellow, but I find it really apple cidery, and I wore this a lot in autumn. It ended up a little bit short, and I couldn't make it much longer because I only had 6 buttons, and you knit the button band along with the rest. So once you decide for the spacing between the buttons, you can't change it so much anymore. But it's fine with skirts actually that end up being a bit more high-waisted than jeans. It wears really nicely, and it's another one of those very, very thin but quite warm pieces that are very comfortable to wear. Yeah, this is my second cardigan. I need to make more cardigans because I get a lot of wear out of them, but they're for me also usually the most tiring things to knit because there's a lot of purling involved. But if I take a bit of a break between them, I like them. Now this is the first piece that I finished in the UK. This is the Cirrus sweater by Iris Hardage. It's a test knit that I participated in, and it is a stockinette sweater with these very nice broken rib details along the shoulders. It's a saddle shoulder construction. I love the fit of this. It's so nice. You can see that the yarn already pills a bit. It's Peruvian Highland wool yarn that I held on its own, but I think if I just shave off that pilling, it should be fine. The yarn is quite lofty, warm, and I just love it, especially in combination with my Sophie shawl that I finished a few weeks later. This is in Woolberry flock colorway. Very, very special, very pretty variegated yarn, and I always wear it together with the Oslo hat. This is my set for the autumn and winter. I wear this all the time. The Oslo hat was one of my favorite things to knit, and it's so nice to wear as well. I love this rusty orange color, and just the combination of these 3 pieces made me feel like autumn 100%. I love all of these together. I can't get enough of them, and I wear them every day, right? Like, it's just lots of love for this whole combination. Would very much recommend all of them as knits. The Sophie shawl was a bit annoying. I think I'm not a huge scarf knitter because it's kind of tedious, but I'm very happy with the finished object. And then my very, very last knit of 2023, well, except for gift knits, were these socks. These were the Petal Drop socks by Florence Miller, lace weight sock that I knit in this non-superwash yarn, and I love them. I loved the whole process of them. I wasn't in much of a sock knitting mood for most of autumn, and these brought my sock mojo back. And that's all I have for you today. 2023 was my first full year as a knitter with all these sweaters. I might be a bit slower than some other people here, but I enjoyed all of these pieces a lot. I think it goes to show that I actually wear them all very frequently, and I'm very curious what 2024 brings. I think I'm not gonna pick up my speed, but I hope I'll be equally happy with the knits then, and I hope to see you in future videos in this year as well.